What's going on? So this is history for drunk white boys. How stupid is that? Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Ernest Hemingway. All right. Now, Ernest Hemingway wrote I think, an important book for a number of reasons, but A Farewell to Arms, and he finished that book at this ranch in Wyoming, which is for sale right now for $29 million. Now, I don't think I'd give you $29 for that place, okay? Can you imagine cleaning it? You guys got like 10 bathrooms and 14 bedrooms. And, oh, God, don't go in there. I mean, oh, it's dusty again. Jesus, oh, God. What a pain in the ass, okay? God, what a pain in the ass. I mean, how big is that place? Whatever, okay, I digress. Hang on a second. So anyway, I'm going to read here because I'm 76 years old and forget things. So I wrote this down so I could read a little bit about Hemingway's. Hemingway finished A Farewell to Arms at that mansion. The splendor then, as now, bucolic and sublime, must have raked hard, I think, in contrast to his World War I memories of blood and death. Hemingway was a protagonist in most of his books and short stories. Maybe not so much in Death in the Afternoon and Blood in the Sand, but certainly in The Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber, Islands in the Stream, and here what I think is his most important work, A Farewell to Arms. In this book, he says goodbye to us decades in advance. Hemingway, again, like I mentioned, is the protagonist in most of his books. He was in World War I. He was an ambulance driver. He was wounded and scarred. He was wounded in war, okay? And he suffered probably from PTSD and like a lot of veterans. And he did, in fact, fall in love with a nurse in World War I, and just like his protagonist in A Farewell to Arms, Henry. Hemingway and Henry's character are both weary of war and the endless suffering in this life. So the protagonist, Henry, is on the run. He's deserted. He can't find his girlfriend. All kinds of terrible things have happened. The guy's depressed and I think as much as anything, angry at everything, very angry at everything. So anyway, the protagonist, Henry, sits by a fire and thinks about his dead stillborn child, his soon-to-die Catherine, and notices ants on a log in a fire. Ooh, a metaphor warning. He is desperate to control at least some ability to save something, anything from death. Henry pours his whiskey on the fire as the ants crawl up to the end of the log to avoid the heat and only delays and in some cases steams the ants to death. It's not just the inevitability of death, it's the illogical, blood-simple, death-grinding pain that seems to come to us all. God laughs. Hemingway is pissed at an indifferent God. The source of occidental agony is dualistic thought and indifference and indifference to Oriental viewpoints on not just the ecclesiastical, but the ethereal. That's just my opinion, okay? You can take that for what you want, but if you're looking for answers, they might be there. That God has a plan stuff did not work for Ernest. When he put that shotgun under his chin and pulled the trigger, sure, he was into his dotage and had writer's block from the ravages of age and alcohol. Think about it. It's Hemingway, the utilitarian man of action, had seen war, blood, death, and was sure as hell not going to patiently rage against the dying of the light and accept life's struggles. Hemingway said again. So I'm going to read not from A Farewell to Arms because I'm going to read from A Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber, one paragraph, because I think it illustrates just what a great writer he is. And the Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber is about guys hunting lions. So Francis Macomber is kind of a dumbass, and he gut shoots the lion, okay? And so Hemingway's going, oh, God, you dumb shit. We got to go in the grass. And, oh, I got to go. Oh, God. Oh, God. So he's like, we got to go into this tall grass and try to find this really pissed off 500-pound animal and hope he doesn't tear our heads off when we try to finish him off because we can't just let him die of a gut wound, okay? So the whole thing is about alpha males and beta males, and it's a great short story. 35 yards into the grass, the big lion lay flattened out along the ground. His ears were back, and his only movement was a slight twitching up and down of his long, black, tufted tail. He had turned to bay as soon as he had reached this cover. He was sick with the wound through his full belly and weakening with the wound through his lungs that brought a tiny, thin, foamy red to his mouth each time he breathed. His flanks were wet and hot, and the flies were on the little openings the solid bullets had made in his tawny hide, and his big yellow eyes, narrow with hate, looked straight ahead, only blinking when the pain came as he breathed and his claws dug in the soft-baked earth. All of him, pain, sickness, hatred, and all of his remaining strength was tightening into an absolute concentration for a rush. He could hear the men talking, and he waited, gathering all of himself into this preparation for a charge as soon as the men would come into the grass. As he heard their voices, his tail stiffened to twitch up and down, and as they came into the edge of the grass, he made a coughing grunt and charged.